think the thing that got me most interested in science when I first started off was, I remember my grandparents, they had a limestone driveway, it was gravel, and I would sit out there for hours and there's all these little bits and pieces of fossils, and I remember, taking them into my parents and like, what are these, what are they, and they would tell me about it and they got me books, and then it just sort of took off from there. I started, really, loving nature and walking outside and, being very outdoorsy and just really immersing myself in all that and wanting to learn so much about the world around me. So my research is always fun to try to describe because it's very roundabout how we get there. I study plants that are preserved underneath the ice to try to learn things about how the ice advanced and then try to apply those things to what we know about the climate during that time. We primarily work at one ice cap, the Calcaya ice cap in Peru. It is a very unique location because we have plant samples that still have their leaves, their roots, and they are preserved perfectly under the ice as they were growing. We then take these samples and we use radiocarbon dating to determine their ages, and from there we have a pretty good idea of where the ice would have been at that time. So using the sample age data that we have, I try to find climatic signals and understand what caused this glacier to suddenly advance, because up until that time, all evidence shows the glacier was much smaller. There were tropical wetland plants up there on top of this mountain. Conditions are much different today, and we're trying to really understand what caused the change in the climate and what caused the ice to advance so suddenly, and try to find that in other records around the world, which we think we're able to do. Studying Calcaya and learning more about the ice caps there really help us to understand how ice caps and glaciers around the world behave. And there are millions of people in Asia and other places around the world that depend on glacier meltwater for all of their water resources. So the more information we have about ice caps and glaciers, the better we can understand conditions around the world for water. I think being at Ohio State and being at the Byrd has been such an incredible experience because I get to work with world-class minds and just be around the best people in the world. And not only are the best scientists in the world here, this facility tries to inspire the next generation of scientists. There's so much that's being done with outreach, tours, and trying to really get into the community and trying to foster this love of science that I have and I think so many other people have here.